Okay, here we go. Okay, guys, this will be every Friday consecutively with me and Liv at 9 p.m. We've decided to do this together for our downlines, for the team overall, because we had it on our hearts, and we just want to kind of give you guys some tangible tools and just show you guys what it is that helps us in our business, and take what you want and leave the rest, right? If there's something that you've used and you've tried doesn't work, that's good. Trial and error is so important. As long as you try something and apply it, see that it works, you've done it. So we're just hoping that you guys take away some things that can help you in your business. We're going to do, like, screen sharing and share our strengths and also our weaknesses, and just kind of give you guys some tools. So for those who don't know who I am, I'm a 12K leader with Lavelle. Most of you guys know me, and my name's Olivia. And I just really wanted to step up this month, and on. And I really want you guys to hopefully take what we can share. And these are recorded, so for anybody who needs to go back and watch, they can. There's a few topics that we wanted to touch on, but I'm gonna let Liv introduce herself, talk about her, and I'm gonna be quiet. Your turn, Liv.
Okay, so you guys probably have no idea who I am. Totally fine. I'm Liv. You can call me Liv B, just so we're not like Liv and Liv. But I joined this company like 16 months ago, just shy of 16 months. And this was my second company. Liv and I had been a part of the same network marketing company before. We didn't know each other. And I think we started following each other because we're both single moms. We both have a very similar history and background of what happened in our lives before we found Thrive. And we became really, really close last fall. We're both in M's downline, and she had created this chat, and everybody kind of just started talking of people that she had enrolled, and Liv and I just clicked. And it was like voice message after voice message after voice message. And I hate using the word stuck, and Liv is going to laugh at me for saying this, but until I moved the hell out of my own way in January, my first year in this business, I was stuck. I didn't want to go live. I didn't want to post consecutively. I didn't want to go on my stories without like a filter on or makeup on or anything like that. I didn't want to open up about my struggles of being a stay-at-home mom, quitting my job, like working during a pandemic pregnant. Like I didn't want to talk about any of that stuff. And Liv literally told me, she goes, well, your 2021 is going to be just like 2020 if you don't move your ass and get out of your own damn way. And so that's pretty much what I did. If you guys ever feel discouraged, I'm going to share some things with you tonight where I just want you to realize that you're more capable than you think you are if you can just like flip a switch in your mind and shut out all negativity. Because I'm telling you, the second I did that, I'm like, holy crap, why did I not do this for the last 12 months? Like, why did I decide that January 1st was going to be the first day that I started to change my life? And so Liv and I have been talking about this for probably like 2 months now. I want to say it was like right around the same time TAC came out. And she's like, well, why don't we just do like a leadership Zoom and just have like an open Q&A, have a topic that we want to address for like that day. But then if anyone has any pressing questions, we can address those. So that's pretty much why we started this, but it was like ultimately Liv's decision to just do it, especially because guys, we're a third of the way through this year. Like how crazy is that?
Crazy. Yeah, like it's gone so fast, so fast. And I just want to be able to pour into you guys, and hopefully like we have talked about this, and I just think that turning that off in your head, and that's an everyday thing. It's like day to day you're going to have different struggles. And for me, like being almost 2 years in, like I've realized, like, you guys, the seasons are so beautiful when you come out of them, because you're still here, and it just proves so much of your growth. It just validates your strength, and you're going to be able to carry someone else through that. So that was like a really big thing for me, was like realizing that I had to love myself and give myself grace no matter what. Right. And grace is something I wanted to talk about a little bit. And I actually Googled it. And the definition says it's honor, right? It's credit someone's, someone by one's presence. So it's crediting someone by one's presence. So it's giving yourself credit, no matter if you earned a bonus, no matter how long you've been here, no matter what your excuses may be, it's still giving yourself grace and realizing your why is why you're here. And I like to I just came out of that season in December, you guys, where I was always like, what do I need to do more of? What am I not doing enough of? Like I was picking myself apart, you all, and I was messaging Em and she would tell me the same exact thing every time. She would always refer back to how far I've come. And she would always tell me my accomplishments and reiterate everything we had talked about. And I'm like, okay, that's right. Like I did just go 12K. Like that was awesome. Like, and that doesn't necessarily like have to be something like whatever your win is, whatever it is. If you just earned a life-changing bonus, clap for yourself, right? If you signed a customer, you earned your free product credit for the month, clap for yourself. You have to write those things down. And that's what she told me to do, right? And I started doing that. I started writing down a win for the day, even if it's selling a sample or setting up a free account or not screaming at LinkedIn for the day. It doesn't have to be the business, something small in your day. Look at that as a win and track your progress because guys, we think that we're not seeing results, but we're growing every 24 hours. We are here regardless. And I just think that's important that you see that you are progressing and that you are growing. And be present in those moments. Slow down and be present. That was another thing that I've just started to do. And a lot of that has to come with my faith, you guys. I know everyone has a different relationship with God. And my relationship with him, like I've just learned that when I slow down and when I look at the progress that I've tracked and when I look at all the things that I've overcome, I start to love myself and give myself grace. So I hope you guys can take this week ongoing and look at what you've accomplished since you've been here, because I know it's several things if you guys are still here, and really be proud of yourself. And write it down. That's so important to have that written down. So grace was like one thing I wanted to talk about. And we also want to open the chat for any of you guys who may want to talk about something in your business if you're struggling, or if there's an area that you want to touch on. But I'm just so excited to see where this goes. And like I've been here 2 years and I don't have training till like this last year, so it's a real big deal, y'all. Like I'm new to this, so I hope it helps you guys. And it's the first of many. And where are you guys at in your business? Where do you want to go in the next 30 days, in the next 60 days, in the next 90 days? I think that's a big deal. And being aware of like what you're struggling with. What's your struggle this month, this week? What's something that you feel resistance against? For me, it's Instagram, y'all. I've had a big fear about Instagram. And I don't want to work it. I'm resisting it. And I know Megan talked about this last week on the team huddle. And she was like, what is that one thing in your business you haven't done that you are so afraid of? Right? What is that one thing?
Okay, Liv, I'm gonna interrupt you because Ashley just went in the chat. Ashley, that was me for 13 months. I will say it on here publicly, being recorded. I did not sign any promoters on packs for 15 months. I did not sign a single promoter on a pack for all of 2020. And you know what I still did? I still worked my business every single day. I still manifested that the right people would come to me. And I don't say this to brag at all, but Liv can attest to this because I voice messaged her one morning at like 4:00 in the morning. And I was like, oh my God, this is the first time somebody's messaged me about the business and wanting to join and has not ghosted me. And Liv was like, that's great. Like, it's obviously like their time. Like, that's your person. So the way that I would literally like look at that, you need to flip your switch. Don't be down on yourself. Say, you know what? I'm talking to a lot of people. I'm having great conversations. I'm planting these seeds. No does not mean no. No means not right now. I'm fearful. It's just a temporary objection. No doesn't mean no forever. You keep having relationship with those people. I just signed a customer yesterday, guys. She'd been watching me since December of 2019. Never commented on anything, never asked me what the 3 steps were, literally messaged me yesterday and goes, "Hey girl, that collagen looks good. Like, can I get some of that?" Didn't even know she was watching. And Liv will tell you this. Liv is like the number one person that always tells me things like this. Like, yeah, you might not have done what you wanted to do on your to-do list, but you probably did 5 or 6 other things subconsciously that you should be proud of.
Absolutely. I love that. 3 years she silently watched, and look where MJ's at in her business. Like, what? That your next rock star will be signed in, I'm not going to say in 3 years, but when you stay consistent, oh my gosh, that's why we show up. That's why we show up for those MJs and for those promoters Olivia just signed, those ones that stick around and they watch. That's who I show up for every day. And also my girls in Lincoln, of course, but I want to know that these people trust me, right? That these people are watching. And I like that. I like that. You said that. And I know, like,
And Ashley, sorry, Liv, to interrupt you. Ashley, when you say there's something off about you signing promoters, they're just not your people. Don't change yourself to fit a mold of who you think you're going to attract. Like I said, I went all of 2020 with no promoters on packs. I still showed up like I was a 12K leader. I still showed up like I was running with my butt on fire for a bonus. Don't change yourself because those people aren't there. They'll come to you when they're ready, and your correct people will come, because what you don't, and I think Megan talks about this, or maybe it's Katie, what you don't want to happen is somebody sign up, get you a fast start, and you never hear from them again. What is the point of that? Like, you want people that are actually going to persevere and stick with you through the trenches. We hear that all the time. So it's not that there's something off, they're just not your people. And don't get down on yourself for it, because that's all I did for 12 months till literally New Year's Eve. Liv goes, "Okay, so what are you going to do different?"
Yeah. Go ahead, MJ. What do you want to say?
Y'all got me like fired up and inspired already. Okay, so you guys, honestly, I will preach to you guys till I'm blue in the face. Ashley, for example, I know she's preaching it right now. She's like, "I can't get my promoters. I can't find them right now." That girl watched me for 9 months straight, flip my whole life around. And then she would hop in my inbox, hop out, hop in my inbox, hop out. And when she was finally ready, like the last message I sent to her, I was like, "All right, Ashley, come to me when you're ready, girl." Like, and you guys have to understand that you want somebody to come to you ready. You don't want them to come like half scared, not even ready to run, not even ready to do the darn thing, because they're going to be a dead leg. You want them when they're ready to go. In the beginning of my business, I went running, you guys. I lost $20,000 in my rank in 1 month because I signed people just to sign people. And I signed people that weren't even ready to run. And when I actually realized I need to build a sturdier foundation, I need to build the people that want to be here and that are ready to be here. That's when my whole business flipped around, and Liv even watched it like from the get-go. Like it went fast, and it went fast and crumbled. So you guys don't want that to happen. You want that sturdy foundation. You literally want the people that are going to be here through the trenches, the people that are going to be ready to run with you. So I know you guys want it to happen overnight, and you want it to happen quick, and you want those promoters, but you don't need a promoter. They need you. They need you to like be inspired. They need you to like inspire them and make like an impact on their life. You don't want just a dead leg, you guys. So that's all I had to say.
I absolutely love that. No, like, that was going to kind of share my experience where I signed 3 promoters last month. Nothing. I signed them up, nothing. And I had been talking to them for months, you guys. And after that, I'd signed them up and I had not heard from them for weeks. That feeling, I started to get in my own head, but I started to realize you are here for a bigger impact than that. When you do make those enrollments on promoters, and you start to step into that confidence, and you start to step into your like why and your purpose, when that no happens in your inbox, you're going to be like, on to the next. Who's the next life I can change?
who's the next mom that needs this opportunity, and you really know what you have your hands on. People sense that. And had I've had people fall off. That's the nature. That's the nature and the love language of the industry. When people fall off, you keep going. You want to go sign 10 more promoters when 20 fall off. You want to continue to build so you don't have to rebuild, if that makes sense. You want to continue to build and build and build so you do have that strong business foundation for yourself. And like I always kind of give this analogy, when you're at the top as a 200K, and what happens if your whole entire team walked away? What would you do? You wouldn't walk away. For me, I would rebuild stronger, right? I would build back up stronger. Like that's my mindset and mentality behind it, because I know what this can do for people. I know this is people's lifeboat, so really know this is your lifeboat for people, and they need this. People are praying for this. And I really like what you guys said, for sure. Liv, you got anything?
I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat, because that's like such a pet peeve when someone says something.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jade said she won't be able to keep affording it for myself for 15 months if I don't get people to sign up. So Jade, go back to the basics. What are we always taught? 2 customers, 2 promoters, right? If you don't get those 2 promoters, keep working for it. Keep showing up. I will say the entire month of 2020, when I didn't sign a single promoter on a pack, I still had 2 customers every month. Why? Because I made it almost like a mini competition, and Liv can attest to this. I think it was last month when we were planning, we both said we wanted to secure our free product credit by the 5th of the month. And I think we both did it within the first 72 hours. Why? Because we went on our stories. We talked about the products. We slinging samples like freaking crazy. You guys, if you don't sample, you are doing yourself such a disservice. And I always try to word it in the way of like, you do realize like you can try these products for $25 and like not have to be committed to it. People are like, oh, like I'm not locked into anything. No, like I will literally send out a customized poly mailer with 9 full-size products, a couple freebies for you to try. You're not locked into anything. Guys, people appreciate that, because there are some companies where they're like, oh, we don't do samples, but there's like a 30-day, money back guarantee. Nobody has time for that. Take advantage of your samples. And I'm sorry, I love putting together samples and poly mailers. I love it. It's one of my favorite things. If you're in a pinch, buy the $72 credits that Thrive will send out for you. If people have never heard of Thrive, they're not going to get mad that they got vanilla shakes instead of a specialized, flavor like cinnamon pumpkin spice. They're not going to care. Just get people on Thrive. That's something that Paul talks about all the time. Just send out samples. Like that's literally what changed my whole year was samples. And I always word it with, you're getting 9 full-size products. Tell me what grocery store you can walk into and get 9 full-size products for $25, or 9 full-size makeup products for $25. You can't.
Yeah, I love that, Liv. Yeah, absolutely. See, it's putting it into perspective for people. Like you can say you can be in the Starbucks drive-through every single day spending $9 on a, venti latte or whatever they're called, and then $5 a day for Thrive for 30 days. Like that is like putting into perspective for them. You don't have to wait in the drive-through. I loved how we talked about that the other day, Liv, because you let people know like the value of these products is so real, and that these will help them versus the don't be anti-coffee, because I was like that in the beginning, like no, you don't need that nasty coffee. Like I was like that, but I'm not like that anymore, because people have their own lifestyles and it's okay. So like just kind of paint that picture and say it's better to try a sample. For promoters too, say, hey, get these 3 steps in your body, let me know how you feel, right? And sample your way to 200K. I've been hearing that a lot lately too.
Yeah. And like, not to mention, you guys, like it's so much easier, at least in my experience, because I was a sample customer before I bought my promoter pack. You have to have your own testimony, right? So if you're trying to get people to join your team and they ask you, well, have you tried the products? And you're like, no. I was like, hell yeah, I did. And after 3 days, I was dragging ass and I needed some more. So that's why I enrolled and started my business. Like, you have to be a product of the product. And I hate saying that. It gives me PTSD from my last company, but like, you have to be able to share how much you love it in order for others to actually believe you. I can't tell you how many girls have cold messaged me that I know damn well haven't tried half the products they're trying to sell me on. And it's not authentic, and you can't duplicate down to your downline and your girls not being authentic. It's not sustainable. It won't work and your business will crumble.
Yeah, Liv, that was red. I like that.
Oh yeah, I'm a red person if you guys haven't caught on. I'm a Leo. I'm true to it. I'm the nicest person, but I have no filter.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, I love that, Claudia. Use your products to send it out yourself. Like when you order for the month on the 2nd or on the 5th, when your auto ship runs, have a set amount. This month, you guys, you know how many samples I have given myself to sell? 20. I made it to 20 samples and I've got 13 out this month. I've set that goal, you all, and I wrote out 1 through 20, and I have everyone's name written out that I've sent it out to. So on the 1st of May, write out 1 through 5 or 1 through 10, however many samples you want to sell, and put aside that from your personal use, or use your credits and get the sample credits. I do want to say they do have to verify their email. It will get sent to their door in a cool box with their email and the brochure and the flyer and stuff. So they get to see a lot about Thrive itself and what it does. And like, you don't have to answer their questions and say, take capsules on an empty stomach, mix your shake, put your patch on. It all comes in their package when you do it that way. So it's a little less work for you when you do the credits. So 6 of those, that's amazing. You're able to, that'll count towards your goal for the month. So get those 6 out and then use your own personal for towards the end of the month. Guys, I'm telling you, like 5 to 10% of like my customers and my samples become customers. Like,
yes, Ashley, literally. Okay. I love writing thank you notes. Every sample person, customer person, promoter gets a handwritten thank you card. Why? Because when I buy from somebody else, I want to feel appreciated. Not like, oh yeah, I helped you with your business, but that like, it's not just about the money. It's about, wow, thank you so much. Like, you're actually trusting me with your health journey and your health goals. Like, here's a personalized thank you card. Like, I mean, you know, I know some people don't do that. I was taught by M to do that, and I've never stopped.
yes, that's what I do too. If I'm sending a plus line product and a sample or a thank you card, and it's handwritten from me, and I kind of talk about how to take the 3 steps, you know, like their name. I hope this reaches you in high spirits. Thank you for supporting my business. I'm sending this to you to try the 3 days, try the 3 steps on me, you know, just kind of give them that energy. And guys, I'm a firm believer in energy and frequencies. When you do that through a poly mailer, do you know how much energy is going to your poly mailer to that individual when it gets to their address to their doorstep? Like, that's a little crazy, call me weird, but like, energy is huge. And when you write out a thank you card and when you get it to their doorstep, they're like, wow, they took the time to write that, and it's so meaningful.
Yeah.
So that is something I've like not told my girls about. So if y'all are on here, that'd be a great thing to start doing.
Okay. Erica said she went to Dollar Tree. Yes, girl, it's a tax write-off. Buy all the things, save your receipts, throw it together in a manila folder. That's what I do. I'm so stuck in the yes, I feel great and I love the products, but I just can't justify the cost. Mackenzie, girlfriend, we're nurses. It's cheaper than 2 Monster drinks. It's $5 a day. Don't overcomplicate it. Products keep you energized. Yes, exactly what Claudia said. Yeah. Okay. So great. You're going to get coffee that's filled with sugar, cream, whatever the hell else you add into it. Yeah. You might feel great for 30 minutes. Then what? You feel like crap. And that's something I always tell people when they're like, oh, but like, will it really give me energy? And I'm like, yeah, I would work 7 13-hour shifts in a row and I would feel absolutely incredible. And they're like, wow, okay, yeah, I'll try it. Guys, I only think I've met one person who hasn't loved our products. Like, we have what, a 95% retention rate on customers or something insane like that with the products.
Yeah, and with the new products, I do want to touch on that. When Thrive-Palooza hits, and then the new, they're doing something new with samples. I don't know exactly what it is because it hasn't been announced, but stay tuned, you all. Like, after May, like it will come out. We have a SPT, something to do with DFTs, I think that they are upgrading, and then something to do with samples. So, what, like they might do sampling for sculpt or sampling for balance or plus line. They might be doing something fun like that. So the best part about our business is that we do get samples. I tell people we get paid multiple ways, and sampling is one of those biggest ways. Money back into your pocket, guys, that is profit for you. We get our products for free. I like to paint that picture for promoter too, like for potentials who are interested in the business and they're asking about the comp plan. I'm like, hey, sampling is a bomb way. We get paid.
Okay, so Jade said, so if y'all wasn't sending out samples, would you still be signing people up? See, that's tough because everybody runs their business differently. For example, one of the girls on my team, I think she has maybe sent out like half of the samples that came with her 400 pack, but she signs customers weekly. That's how she runs her business. That's not my network. My network is nurses and single moms. So it's just easier to be like, girl, try 3 days, try 6 days. Let me know how you feel. We can go from there. But in my experience, if I wasn't sending out samples, I probably wouldn't sign anybody. That's just me. That's my network. That's how I came into the business. I didn't just, join and I'd never tried the products. I loved the products. I just didn't love who I had bought the sample from. So I kind of just like laid back a little bit, and then I found someone I connected with and joined. Are they about to release new DFTs? Yeah, there's only one design of Ultra. I don't know.
They don't have the IMs anymore?
I think that's the only design they do have.
The IMs and the Fusion.
Is Fusion the green? Okay, so they have two.
Yeah, MJ, you're absolutely right. Like, you get people on Thrive, let them sell themselves, you guys. Even if it's a free sample, y'all, I sent out 10 free samples this month. And I just sold 3 to 4 in the last few days. And, I'm out of that now. But I felt very giving. And I was like, you know what? Let's try it. Let's see what happens, And I've seen results and it's been great. But I am pushing for a goal, but
So Claudia said, what's the best way to explain it? If you mean, Claudia, like what's the best way to explain samples? I say you're going to feel amazing. It's 3 products the first 10 minutes of your day that leave you energized all day long. Let me know when you're ready to try it. Like, I don't give them an option to like, just let it linger.
Yeah.
Like you have to create urgency, and people are going to be like, okay, yeah, like, let's try it. Like, it's not a life or death kind of thing. It's you either try it and love it, or you try it and hate it. I try not to overcomplicate it. I'm just like, this is how great I feel. I was able to do this, and this. Like, what's the best way for me to get it to you?
yes, like, I love that. Like,
Yes, Carla, there were so many more designs of Ultra. Liv and I were talking about this morning. I'm like, animal print's gone. The summer golden blue is gone. Like, where are all the colors?
Yeah. I'm hoping they'll restock.
Yeah.
The more samples I need to work on. Yeah, that's amazing. Like, that is so good, Claudia. Like, that's definitely a win. And work on samples for the next week or so and challenge yourself and see how it works. Like, I'm going face to face on my stories. I'm going live and I'm posting about it. Like, I want to get it out there, but even if it seems spammy to other people, it doesn't seem spammy to me because I know where my heart lies. And I know that I'm here to help people and educate people, help people feel better, and help people understand, like, this has changed my life, period.
So Ashley, it depends if I hate the word desperate, but if I'm like really like if I set a goal for myself, let's say, okay, for example, in March, I had set a goal to sell 15 samples. It was like the 22nd and I'd only sold like 7. I did a weekend special. I dropped the price down to 15. They went like hot cakes. Now, do I think you should always sell them for 15? No, because these products are freaking bomb. They're gold. People can sling $25 if they want to feel better. I know some people have been doing 30. Personally, I don't want to do that. Just $25, girl. Like, let me know how you can pay me, Yes, the value and leave it at 25. Claudia's right. Like I said, unless I'm like creating urgency, like I'm like, wow, I haven't met my goal. There's 8 days left of the month. Let me do a weekend special. First 5, to message me, we'll get 9 full products and 2 freebies for $15. They went quick. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do it for less than that. When I bought my sample pack from a girl that I don't talk to anymore, it was 30. But I've always done 25. I think Liv's always done 25. I think most people do 25 because that's like what we're taught.
Yeah, leave it at 25, or whatever. I mean, you pick a price and you stick to it. And if you want to do a special, I would do it personally towards the end of the month if you are not at your goal. That's how I look at it. And when you place value on these products, people are going to know that, because when you don't give them an option and you're like, when someone messages me about sample, I don't give them an option, because I'm like, hey, this is what it's going to do for you. Here's my Venmo, Messenger, or Facebook Pay. Like, that's just how I do it. And if they don't respond, that's a potential. And if they do respond, that's a sale most of the time, because I like to seal the deal and like let them know, like, there's no other, like, you're in my inbox because you want to feel better. Like, let's do this,
Yay,
So,
look
like,
at this girl selling 7-day samples. That makes me so proud. Yeah, I
7
know.
days.
Okay, so like a girl in my downline, I think she was charging like 28 because the girl wanted to try tack before they sold out. So like, I guess you could go up a few dollars for an upgraded patch.
I used to do that in the beginning.
Yeah.
$30 for Black Label, tack. What was it? We didn't have tack. For Ultra, anything other
Burn.
than standard, burn, I would do 30. And some people do. It's your business, and you want to like pick a price and stick with it, because when you start to do that, people are going to know, oh, Claudia's doing samples. Oh, Tiffany's doing samples. Let's go. And they're going to know, like, I've got to get her inbox. It's only going to be for the next 24 hours. You want to set a date, you want to set a deadline. Today only, or for the next 2 days, this is what I'm doing, get in my inbox, because that really gets people going. That's how I do it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about 7 days. I like that.
Yeah, I've never thought about that either. I'm always like 3 or 6, or you can get a pack.
Yeah, right. 10 days is the official day you're thriving. Like, when you start to the 10th day, you are thriving and feeling your best. So some people, if they want a 6 day and I'm out of it or something and they want a sample, I always refer the 2-week pack, always.
Mm-hmm.
If I've hit my sample goal and I'm dry and I don't have enough, 2-week sample on my website. Let's get you set up.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I do it. And I love how, Liv, you shared your product story in conversations with people. And I really like that, because I've shy away from that. Like, you want to let people know where you were at before the 3 steps and what it's done for you in behind the scenes, when you're not on your posts or lives, in your inbox, when people are like, hey, what are these 3 steps? You can say mental clarity, appetite control, and all of those things, but like your product story in those conversations is so important, because you're going to get in the habit and the routine of talking about it, and it'll start to come to you. So I really like that.
And like, I don't want to confuse anybody. So like, take this with a grain of salt. I almost, in a way, depending on who I talk to, pull out a certain piece of my products, like why I love them. If I'm talking to a night shift nurse, girl, at 10 p.m. I was chugging a sweet tea, 2 a.m. I was chugging a Monster, 6 a.m. I had a coffee so that I wouldn't crash my car on the way home. If I'm talking to a mom, oh yeah, like I'm able to keep up with my 11th-month-old who tries to terrorize my house. I feel great after 3 hours of sleep. They're not going to relate to a Monster at 2 a.m. Just like the night shift nurse probably isn't going to relate to me chasing my kids around. So pull out pieces that are applicable to anybody, because this is what these products do. Like, anybody can use them. Like, I know for Liv, I think it was tack. She was like, I literally feel so good. I didn't feel so good, but guess what? I wasn't mindlessly snacking. So like, it works with every person's body in a different way. And that's what I try to tell people. If a nurse comes in my inbox, I'm going to relate it to a 13-hour shift. If a mom comes into my inbox, I'm going to relate it to chasing my children around the house like all day. Like, try to switch it up based on like who you network with and who you want to make like relationships with.
Yeah, Mackenzie, I'm gonna show you how I do that real fast. Now I use Instagram to highlight my pictures. If you have an Instagram, then it's free, it's simple, but the fonts are a different story. You can use Instagram fonts.
Am I the only one that uses over on here?
I use Over. That's all I use. And Unfold. So Mackenzie, say you're on your, I have to show you on my phone because we can't screen share on Instagram stories. But do you see here at the top on Instagram app where you have your icons? Up here, you get your picture. You want to go to your story, choose your picture. There's icons at the top. Okay, this is on Instagram. You want to click the little squiggly, the second one from the right up here. Little squiggly one right there next to the text. And when it comes up, you're going to see this little bar over here, and you're going to have different options. And you're going to choose the third option right here. You see how it's highlighted? Y'all probably can't. The third option at the top, instead of the pointy pencil or the arrow, it's the third one. And you're going to hold it down. And it highlights. You can do a darker color. You just find a different color on your picture. Let's say blue. Then you'll hold it down. And it'll go blue. So, that is how you do it. It's almost like you're using the pencil, but you're holding it down. Yeah. So I think that's how I do my opportunities.
Mackenzie, I'll screen share it or I'll screen record and send it to you.
Yeah. And then I use nice fonts from Over, or you can just use Instagram.
Yes. Over has the best fonts.
Yeah. Tax write-off. If you can swing the subscription, it's an investment into your business, because when people see that you have aesthetically pleasing stories, they're going to stop and look at them, and they are going to look forward to seeing your content every day. And then they're going to start having belief in themselves when you start to share those things. So instilling belief is part of enrolling promoters, you guys.
Mhm.
And I think when you have those opportunity stories that look nice, people want to know what you're doing. Or however you, if you think they look nice, I think they look nice too. You're welcome. What's that, Carla? One story,
I've never heard of that.
4 or 5 slides. Huh. Never heard of that either. There are millions of apps, you guys, to help you make content. Millions. There's a list that I can send you guys, but yes, Ashley, Jade, yeah, I'll send it. You want me to send it here in the chat?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Liv, do you want me to type it?
Yeah. I use all the free ones: Teza, Canva, Over, Unfold, Insta Story. Instagram will really enhance your stories, you guys. Instagram really well. When you and also on Pinterest, I want you guys to take note of this. Like, if you're interested in it, on Pinterest, you can search story gifts, like the little GIFs gifts on Pinterest. You guys, they're going to come up, and they're going to be little search words you can search for cute gifts, like designs, hearts, stars, little icons that you can search on the Instagram app. Like, one for me is Lydia on the road. If I
Yes, my girl.
what? Whoa! See, I'm telling you, Lydia on the road. They have cute gifts. You can put those on your story, you guys.
I
Like,
also love boho and aesthetic are like the cursive words. So it'll be like good morning, good night, lunch,
Yeah.
brunch, coffee, morning.
yes, in the search bar, guys, and it'll come up, and you can use those for your 3 steps, for your opportunity stories, for your nightly routine. Yeah. Yeah, guys, I hope that helped. Lightroom, definitely, guys. We want to do a training on that.
That's going to be a whole Friday night. So come with some snacks.
some popcorn chips.
Yes.
Yeah, guys, like, and Liv does so well with explaining it. We'll do that next week. And look, this week, look for some presets that you guys would want. Liv, where are some places to get some of those?
Y'all, just send me your email and I'll forward you the one that I paid like $200 for. I got like 3,500 presets. I will just forward y'all the link and then I'll walk you through how to download it next week.
Yeah.
Don't bother buying it. I already use it as tax write-off. I'll just forward the email to y'all.
They are so pretty, you guys, too. You can like your lighting, your blues or your nudes, neutrals, whatever. Well, look at the color that's in your closet too the most. Like I have pinks and blues. That's my colors. There's Claudia's email.
I know, girl, I pulled it up.
I love that. You guys were active today. I love seeing those. I love seeing these messages in the chat.
All right, I'm sending them to all of y'all at the same time, just so you know.
I want to go for Lightroom training. I have so many presents, but like so confused on what they do. Liv, yes, Carla. Thank you for addressing the elephant in the room.
Got y'all.
It can be a little hard to figure it out. So I'm so glad that you touched on that because I was confused for a long time. The entire time till Liv explained what to do like 2 weeks ago. Okay. I've been doing it wrong this whole time. So yeah, I was copying and pasting and that's not the way to do it.
Tiffany.
You have a few already. No harm in having more, right? Absolutely. Oh, hi. Oh, Tiffany, see, like I have an Instagram, but I only use it for stories and reels. I don't interact. I don't add to my network like I should, and I'm recording. So here we are. It's a fear of mine, and I think that's why we don't use it. I could be wrong, but I think when you're unfamiliar with something and you don't know how to work it, it's better to stay comfortable and it's better to leave it alone because you're better not doing it, right? You're better off not doing it and you just stay on one platform. Well, for me, I'm ready to work it and I'm slowly getting in the routine of using it. So like get an account if you want. Don't want you to do something you're not comfortable with, but get you an Instagram account if you want, make one for yourself and get familiar with the stories and the app itself. It's a lot different than Facebook. We have tons of trainings too in the team page about Instagram. I just haven't made the time to go watch them and really sit down and do it. I overthink it a lot with hashtags and it's
And this
different.
is another training we're doing because Liv is Facebook queen. I could not be any more freaking clueless, and I'm Instagram queen. So this is why we work well together.
Yeah. Yeah. I can do Facebook all day long. Really good there. But Instagram, no. But like if you guys like really want to set an account up and you don't have one on these next few trainings, you can hop on and Liv is so good at that. So good at Instagram.
Where would you guys recommend we go training wise after we are done with unit 1 and 2 for the guided training?
Good question.
Book? Okay, so I think this is where Liv and I run our businesses differently. And this is by no means that my girls aren't important. I still work a nurse job. So I know at this point, Liv would start to do one-on-ones. I do one-on-ones once they match my energy. So if they sign up and I tag them in a video and they never text me back, I'm not going to bother you. Right. At that point, I'm not going to be like, hey girl, let's hop on a one-on-one if they haven't even watched What the Hell is Thrive, How to Work Towards Your VIPs, anything like that. I know Liv will start to do one-on-ones. Personally, with my most recent promoter, after we were done, I had her throw up her curiosity post. I had her do a sample story. I then had her throw up a follow-up to the curiosity post. And then I think she hit her VIPs before her box even came. Because with this pandemic, snail mail, man, it's moving so slow. So you have to get creative with like really creating urgency, even if you don't have the products in your hands. I will say the last 2 promoters I've signed, they were sample customers. So they knew exactly how to talk about the products. When people were like, oh, well, like, do you have any you can show me? Nope, but I've tried them. My package is coming. Let's go ahead and get you thriving.
Yeah. For me, Ashley, after 1 and 2, I work with them on IPAs. I talk about opportunity stories, help them get their curiosity post up. Although that's not in order, but it's a little different. It's just really after the first 4 days of signing a promoter, it's usually questions after that. You've got to have like the first 4 days of not overdoing it and overwhelming them. I tag them in 1 video a day for the first 4 days of their business. Now, if they watch the first video and they're ready for the next one, that's different. They set the pace. I let them set the pace. I will not chase. I will not convince. I will not try to make someone do anything.
Exactly.
That is not me. Yeah, Claudia blew up my inbox. Claudia became a sponge. And I love that. And when you have those promoters that are ready and they have questions and they're ready to run, those are what there's like the best time to do it. Like you want to pour into them and help them and make sure they're set up, right? Make sure that they know where the how to navigate the team page, right? Make sure that they know you're there for them, right? I started one-on-ones like literally probably after their VIPs is when I used to kind of like hop on and like, hey, Thursdays I do one-on-ones. Do you want to set a time with me? That's how I do it. I have 1 day out of the week that I do them with my tribe. And sometimes we can't get to them, but we will later on down the week, or we'll just do a FaceTime. Sometimes it's different, but I do like to stay plugged in to my girls. It's very important. But
Mackenzie said tips for us if we feel like we aren't ready to lead someone else. Number 1, you fake it till you make it. You act like the rank that you want to be at, and 3-way chats. Always. I don't know how people do 3-way phone calls. That's not my kind of thing. I'll voice message you. I don't like talking on the phone. I just don't. But 3 ways all day long. I have girls all the time that are like, hey, I don't know how to respond to this. Girl put me in 3-way chat. How can I help you?
Yeah.
Don't make it awkward.
And personal development for that too.
Yes. Ashley, go to your enroller. Go to your enroller and ask. Not ask, tell her what you've done so far, and then she'll be able to lead you. For example, if you've done XYZ, but you haven't thrown up a curiosity post, that'll probably be your next step.
Yeah. Okay. Not tons of notes. Not sure which one. Okay. So, less is more. Okay. Less is more in this business. Okay. Like when it comes to effort, like not effort, but like, man, I used to overthink everything and word vomit and just completely wrap my mind around so many things that were not even worth my attention. Really cut it in half and make it as simple as you can. Like that's the biggest tip I can tell you. The first 4 days, make sure they're plugged in, make sure they have the training schedule, right? Make sure they are tagged in the videos, they have their post up, they are knowing what IPAs are, they know that you're there for them. And then if they don't take any action, they don't put up their posts, they leave you on read, whatever the case may be, you have to go change the next life, right? You have a bonus to earn, right? You have a business to build, right? And your why really needs to be there.
And that's what I say with like matching the energy. Like if I tag someone, I mean, Liv and I just went through this last month. We both signed promoters. We never heard from them again. It's like they bought their pack. They got accepted into the team page once they were Q&A. We tagged them in the first video that Katie does, and it was crickets. And guess what? I'm not going to harass you. I'm sorry. I don't have the time.
And when you know that your time is valuable, but you also want to be there to help them. They know that you've done your job.
Yep.
You've done your job. Yeah. Yeah. Ask the questions, be a sponge, lean on your upline, do all of that. All of that. That's what we're here for, because you need to know. You don't know what you don't know. A confused mind says no. Yeah, so she said, for sure. Guys, personal development is key. And I know you guys are, some of you all are fresh into this, but get a good podcast to listen to. Please. Like, that is really the fire for me. And a lot of people like just think that would help. You know, I listen to Jesse Lee. That's a really good powerhouse. I listen to Bob Helig. Follow him on Instagram. His Instagram lives are great. He sets me on fire in the morning. He goes live like 9 in the morning every morning on Instagram, and I love listening to him. His voice, I love it. And I think he's hot. So I'll watch him and I'll listen to him. And he's cool. Like, find that one entrepreneur that's hot. Like Dave Hollis, hot. I watch him too. Find one you like. Find one you like. Yeah. Liv, do you have any good podcasts or any books that you'd recommend?
Courtney Glaser, The Sober Show. This is something that I read at the end of my first book I finished in 2021. And basically the gist of the book was you need to listen to somebody who makes you feel alive again. And Courtney Glaser does that for me.
Yes. Yes. And her YouTube channel is where I'm actually plugged into a lot too. It has a lot of good information when it comes to building your business and when it comes to leading. And really, it's really good. I really want to order the John Maxwell Leadership Shifts. Has anyone read that? I want to read that, and I'm gonna order it off Amazon. Plan to order it because I just finished my book. John Maxwell Leadership Shift is the next one. Beach Money is a good one. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I know that's a good one. You Are a Badass. That's a good.
You're a badass at making money. Unfuck yourself. Girl, stop apologizing. Girl, wash your face.
Girl Code. That was one of my first books.
Yep. Mm-hmm. This one, Liv and I both could not make it through it. So whichever one of y'all can, Starbucks card on me to you, the Creating a Story brand. It's a great book. Everyone raves about it. I couldn't do it, y'all. I could not get past like the 10th page. I was like, what did I just read? I couldn't get past it.
Yeah. Yeah. I went through like half of the book and I was like, I can't finish it.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah. When you're not interested, you don't have.
Okay, so Jade, if you love being on your phone, listen to a podcast.
Yeah, good. The YouVersion Bible app, that's good. Like, routine is huge, you guys. And I want to say this, and then Liv can touch on it. And if anybody else wants to share, then we'll get off. But you guys, in the morning when you get up and you do your personal development, before you do your 3 steps, don't grab your phone first thing in the morning. Please don't do that for your mental health. But setting a routine in your stories really does give your audience something to grasp onto and start to trust you with. So your personal development, share that on your stories. Share what you're reading. Share the podcast you're listening to. Tag the handle, whoever your podcaster is. Do something like that and get in the routine of doing that with your stories, so people know what they know. Like, oh, she is growing her mind, right? She is what she's about. And then your 3 steps, and then life sprinkled in what your day is, and then thrive, and then life some more. So I really think routine is big. What do you think, Liv?
Okay, well, I'm type A as hell. So if I'm not in a routine, I get stressed out, and you can, like, anyone can ask Liv if they know me. If I miss one thing, I feel so frazzled that I'm like, I have to unplug for the day. I've done that once this year, and it was because my daughter had an emergency, and that was it. I literally have people, and this is part of branding yourself. I share my devotional or my Bible verse of the morning every single day between 6 and 7 a.m. I cannot tell you how many people will message me and be like, gosh, girl, I really needed to read this first thing this morning. They know me for some sort of quote first thing in the morning. Just like there's a girl that I think she works Arbonne, or maybe it's something else. She always posts an inspirational quote of the day, and it always speaks to me. And I let her know that, like, hey girl, thank you so much for posting this. I really needed to hear that today. It's part of your brand. I know some people will say, don't just throw up a pretty Pinterest quote and think that's working your business. That's one of my 5s. Faith is one of my 5s. So if I'm sharing a devotional or a Bible verse, or, you know, something that I read in my Bible that I think would speak to a lot of other people and resonate with them, I'm going to share it. 9 times out of 10, somebody will be like, wow, I really needed to hear this today. Thank you. Like
Yeah.
with Liv, I look forward to watching her stories because I know at some point, no offense, there's going to be a hot mess express with Lincoln running around the house, but I love to see that. I love to see it. I'm like, it's coming. I don't know when, but it's coming.
Yeah, that's how your audience is, you guys. When they get used to seeing your life, you know, when they start to expect that, they're like, oh, that's her brand. That's who she is. And you start to get those people in your inbox. I'm telling you.
I'm like, guys, you don't have to do this. I know a lot of girls don't, but I know like Liv and I, we've branded the products in our own like name. So I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, love our lifestyle mix. It's called My Mama Milkshake. People know me for it. Hey, Liv, what's your Mama Milkshake of the day? Y'all, I'm not kidding. I'll send this to Liv and she can send it to y'all because I know you guys are in a chat with MJ's downline. I have 232 combinations of lifestyle mix. The next time someone says they're going to get sick of 6 flavors, no, you're not. I wrote them all down. But that's what I call my Mama Milkshake.
Yeah.
I know Liv calls her Activate and her Blast her mom fuel or her mama juice.
Yeah, that's a lot better than all the
Lifestyle
ingredients.
mix.
Yeah.
So like even just like changing little things like that. Because someone asks you if you make like a bomb shake, you put it in like a cute little mason jar and someone's like, what's that? And you're like, oh, it's my lifestyle mix with probiotics. Okay, that's great. That's on the back of the label. They can look at that. What
Yeah.
are they going to remember you for? For me, it's my Mama Milkshake.
Yeah.
What can you call it if you're not a mom? Let's see.
That's a good one.
You could call it.
I call it my Vita shake.
Your sassy shake.
Shake and wake. Okay.
Shake and wake. Yeah.
Go ahead, Claudia. That's good. Hey. I like it. Yeah. I call it a Vita shake.
Your super shake, shake and wake.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people call step 1 their jumper cables. I don't call them anything. I just say zombie to super mom in 6 minutes because I'm not kidding. 6 minutes later, I feel like I'm like on top of the world.
Yeah.
Claudia, go right ahead, girl. If you're going to use it, stick to it though. I will say one thing that I had to self audit myself on at the end of 2020. I hadn't put a name to it. So for example, one day I would be like, these are my vitamins. These are my capsules. These are my supplements. This is step 1. These are my human jumper cables. People that are clicking through your stories, they can't like embed that in their brain. They're going to be like, wait, I thought she called it one thing. So if you're going to use it, you're going to stick to it. Like, I'm not kidding. I have one girl, she's never bought the products, never tried the products. I think she lives in England, but we connected because we both absolutely love bows on our daughters. And she's like, hey girl, what Mama Milkshake are you making today? Because she just wants to know. Yeah, they look for your slides. They really do.
Yeah. And if they're not even paying attention and they're just kind of going through stories, when they get to yours, they know it's yours before they even look at your name, you know? Filters are also like having like 4 to 5 of them that you use.
Yes.
Your brand, you know, some of your favorites, your top favorite filters that you
Yep.
like on Instagram.
And that's something you taught me, Liv.
Yeah. It really does help. And I've lost my 2 favorites. Somehow they deleted. So now I got
Hey, my dusty blue went away this morning. It's like, where'd it go?
what happened? My Tan and Tiffany's not there
It went
anymore.
away.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened.
Got deleted.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's so weird. But you guys were so active tonight.
I have a hard time sharing my life or no one part share. Girl, share everything. Oh, this is what I told Liv yesterday. If you don't feel annoying sharing your life, you're not posting enough.
Yeah. Period.
Trust me, there are days where I'm like, I've already shared like 2 pictures of my daughter. Hell, what's a third one gonna do? If they don't like it, they know where to unfollow you at. There's a button. It's your page. It's your storefront. You post what the hell you want to post. Do you always share your Instagram stories to Facebook? This is being recorded, so I'll say this nicely. No, because there are certain people on Facebook that I don't want to see my stories. So I will selectively save the ones I want to share and then go to Facebook and upload. I know Liv shares all of them, but she saves them first. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. So like there are certain people like I don't want them to see my stories. So I'll just selectively save the ones and then upload them separately. But I will say if your accounts are linked, stop. Yes, it's a pain. My viewers quadrupled because Instagram and Facebook are no longer seeing you as a bot. Post on Instagram, go to your little dots in the corner, save as, and then upload immediately to Facebook and you're done.
Yes, absolutely. That's how I do it. It becomes second nature.
Yes.
Oh, I just seen your tag, Ashley. I didn't have your handle.
Yes, Carla, we're talking about stories.
Yes. Let me show you one of them because I read them. So I post every day, period. I post every single day on both platforms. Sometimes I post twice if I'm feeling post happy. You post however many times you want to post. Algorithm or not, you can't figure it out. You can't beat it. It's changing every day. So I say, do you?
Mhm.
If you want to post once a week, that's cool. Like that's what you want to do. But for me, every single day. Every single day. Today I didn't post till 7 p.m. though. Like I didn't have anything to post. And you
I
don't
didn't
want to
post
post.
till 6.
Yeah. If you don't want to post either, we were talking about this a while ago. You want to post when you have something to say, when you have something on your heart, or when you just listen to a podcast and you're fired up. That's what I do. Sometimes I batch out my posts too in my notes section. I'll have Courtney Glaser or Bob Helig or somebody in the background, and I'm like really thinking about my why and my vision, and I'll batch like 6 or 7 posts out. And that is what I refer to, like if I don't have anything to say for that day, but sometimes I share what's on my heart, you know? I do it all, y'all. If you all seen my day, you'd be like, wow.
So Jade, a podcast is, I mean, I don't know like the exact textbook definition, but a podcast is basically, they're free. If you're not on Spotify, you pay for it, but iTunes, they're free. And it's basically what you and I are doing right now. We're conversing back and forth. We're sharing experiences. We're sharing what sets our soul on fire. It's just people talking, but they're segmented to like 20-minute episodes. So like the most recent one that I listened to, Courtney Glaser, she was talking about having a bulletproof mindset. And if you sit there thinking that you're going to be judged for posting a picture without makeup, guess what? You're already being judged. You just don't know it. People are judging you all the time. So like that was 20 minutes of her basically pouring into me. And then one could be completely unrelated. And it could be about why, Lavelle is unmatched. Or I know like with Liv, one of the ones she listens to, it talks about like manifestation. There's so many topics. Literally go to iTunes, or maybe it's podcast. I think it's like a different app now, but you can just search a topic and it will populate a whole bunch of people that have available podcasts. And like I said, if you're on iTunes, they're free.
Yeah. I have like 5 that I listen to, or 4 that I listen to that are my favorites. You will find ones that you don't like and then search more. You just kind of play around with it. And, some people's voice get on my nerves and I can't listen to it, and then you got those some people that are like, yes, this is my people. So you're going to have to find your people in that area of podcasting. And it's free. And you have that in the morning, or you have that when you're in the car, when you're washing dishes, in your earbuds, whatever you need to do, at least 20 minutes a day. That will start to develop your growth, guys, and you'll start to think differently and you'll start to show up differently. And it's so big. Yeah, that's what a podcast is. Self-development.
Any last minute questions?
Yeah. I always say that you want to think about or listen to people on a podcast or in network marketing that are 20 steps ahead of you, right? Like for your personal development, right? Like we're on trainings and stuff a lot and we like to help each other. But when it comes to your personal development, listen to people who have been in the game for a long time, who have been in that early stages of building, in the early stages of struggle. They know what that's like, and they really have a lot of fire to their message. Yeah, you're welcome, Jay, and everyone else.
Can someone let me know they got my email before we get off here? Please.